Active duty. The government just made it easier for you to build wealth. What are you going to do about it? Today on Major Money Matters. Welcome to Major Money Matters. My name is Major. I'm the host of Major Money Matters and a mortgage broker powered by Edge Home Finance. We're in Hawaii, and some breaking news just came out that's affecting active duty here in Hawaii, and people are already giving me phone calls to take advantage of this, which is very exciting. But for those of you that don't know what just happened this past Thursday, some great news came out regarding BAH. Now, I like to call BAH buy a house. It's literally money that the government gives you for your housing needs. And I'm sitting here on the beach because my first time using my BAH to buy a house was actually on the island of Oahu in Hawaii. And I used it to build equity for me and my family and start our real estate portfolio. Now let's just take a look at the increase in BAH. Now, if these are charts that are going up, this is a chart for Hawaii right now. Look at this. For most people, this is a 10 to 15% increase in the amount that the military is actually giving you to buy a house. Now let's pause here and talk about what your options really are if you are moving to a military location and you're on military orders as an active duty service member. You can, number one, you can rent. Now that's fine. You're likely, if you're renting, you're actually renting someone's home who's using a strategy and they're building their own family's wealth, but the government is giving you money. So if you can afford to buy a house, then you might as well buy a house, because if you're renting, you're simply building someone else's wealth. Number two, you can live in base housing. Now, I have lived in base housing, and I won't go into the story of what happened when I lived in base housing, but I will tell you that there's a reason that they tell you to do this on an allotment, because money out of sight is money out of mind. So if you have that money go off into an allotment, you stay in that house for 2 to 3 years while you're on military orders, and really you will give up on average about $100,000 to $130,000 of money that the government gives you to buy a house. You're going to turn around and give it back to the military, and because they take away your BAH the minute that you get it. It's on an allotment system. Number three, your third option is you can actually buy a house. And you can buy a house and you can actually start building wealth for you and your family. And this is simply, you're not buying your dream house in most cases. You're buying a house, and what you're doing is you're starting to invest for you and your family's future. Now, listen, I did 23 years in the military. It was incredibly taxing on me and incredibly taxing on my family. Buying a house using my BAH was the way I put a stake in the ground and say, no matter what, I know that I am building something for me and my family, because I miss birthdays, I miss anniversaries, I miss births of my children. But buying a house didn't necessarily make up for it, but it was the smartest way that I started to build equity for life after the military. So yes, whether you're going to Killeen, Texas, if you're going to San Diego, California, or here in Paradise, the military just increased your BAH, and it behooves you to just take advantage of it. I'm already getting phone calls from people that are in base housing. They're seeing the increase and they're saying, hey, this is not smart for us to do anymore. We need to get out in the economy and build and buy a property and start building an equity for our future. So look up your most recent BAH charts for your areas that you're going to, because January 1st of 2023, you're going to see a significant increase in most areas. In fact, I'm going to throw up this chart. These are the areas that are actually seeing the largest increase. However, if you are almost anywhere, almost going to any military facility, you're going to see an increase in your BAH. So use this money wisely. Give us a call if you have questions about how to structure your VA loan, or you can tune into one of our VA home loan webinars that actually educates you about the VA home loan benefit and how to use it to start building wealth for your future. That's it for this one. See you next time on Major Money Matters.